Be sure to listen, like, share, and subscribe for all the latest episodes, news, and updates. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at fistfights.friedricepodcast or at H8L.Muay Thai. On Twitter, follow us at H8L_Fight Talk.
I want this chance to show you that your God in karate is so much nonsense, and that's quite easy to do.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me. Welcome to another exciting adventure of H8L Presents Fist Fights and Fried Rice. I am your host Taz, and joined with me this evening I have the Rain Man of martial arts, the encyclopedia of periodic knowledge of all things combat, the one, the only, Justice Magnificent.
Yo, what's up?
Also joining us with this evening, we have the living legend himself, the true definition of One Punch Man, the man that will live and die on the hill known as Goku. Deku is here. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, but thanks for the intro.
As cool as the other side of the pillow, my hetero life mate, my brother from another mother, my spirit animal brought to me from the great beyond, I bring to you the one, the only, UTBABYA.
Well, I'm very well. How about you guys?
Oh,
how are you liking that Overeem win?
Oh, you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up. And you know what? Since I have all the voices that truly matter in regards to my Overeem rant, let me go ahead and cue that music for us.
You know what? Go ahead.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
And go fuck yourself to everyone that doubted the greatness that is the Demolition Man, A1 Alistair Overeem, who systematically destroyed Augusto Sakai. Calling it now, even in his 40s, he will capture UFC heavyweight gold. He would be on, a 5-fight win streak if that referee hadn't been fucking blind and wrongfully stopped that fight against Jojovic. Is that correct, Mr. Justice? Yes, what the fuck I thought you said. Silence. Yes, just as Overeem has silenced the rest of the fucking haters, he is one step closer to capturing UFC gold. Now that I've gotten that joy out of the way, I do have to admit, even though he is one step closer, the road looks mighty, mighty dark for him capturing that gold. That top 5 is a murderer's row of Negroes I would never, ever want to run into.
I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. I'm gonna be honest.
Really? Please do tell.
Let me finish.
Hold on, can I just real quick?
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
If the Overeem that fought last night would have fought, or would have fought Rosenstrike and took him to the ground, we're looking at it changes the entire dynamic of those fights, period. Because we know Ngannou has no ground game. He's just massive power.
Okay.
And Rosenstrike, no ground game at all. Overeem has an underrated ground game.
He does.
Very underrated ground game. And he took a lot of shots. He knew the guy was going gas. Overeem's a veteran.
He is.
But it's not as bad as you think it is.
But
I really think that with the right game plan, very easily he could be in a number one contender fight in the next 2 fights.
And I would love nothing more than to see that. And I think that would be great. But with that being said, I agree with the majority of what you said. The only thing that I kind of cast a little bit of doubt on is if he implements that same game plan from last night against someone like Derek Lewis up against that cage, he will be punched through each and every one of those openings of that cage.
I mean, but Rosenstrike has no ground. Derek Lewis can get up off the ground. Them other guys, they're like turtles. They're like turtles on their shell. Like, they're terrible.
Except for Curtis Blades.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Blades.
Yeah, Blades will get up. Actually, Blades won't want to get up. He'll want to sit there all day long and just elbow you to death.
I would say out of all those fights, I would say Curtis Blades is the most dangerous one to have towards the path of getting the title. Or getting the title.
Really? So, am I the only one that thinks that his hardest fight out of that top 5 would be Derek Lewis?
Nah. Well, I will say this: more like Curtis Blades is a little bit more well-rounded than all the other 2 fighters. Francis got power. Lewis got power. What else does Francis really have? He doesn't have a ground game. He
has power times 10.
Yeah, besides that, he has power. Okay, yes, he has crazy, ridiculous, not human power. But when he goes to the ground, he's kind of have a fish out of water. I mean, yeah, he's got better, but in a lot of those fights where he didn't get really taken to the ground, he was just knocking motherfuckers out. He was saying, oh, the ground game got better, I guess, but we didn't really see it. So it's still kind of in the air if Francis could really fight on the ground. We've seen a little bit more of Derek Lewis's game. I will say that. I didn't know he could jump in the air, throw flying knees. I didn't know that could happen. So we know that he has a little bit of athleticism. Okay, cool. I mean, his last fight, Buddy had him on the ground, and I mean, he just gutted that out because Buddy's arms got tired. I mean, Derek, you're trying to choke out a really big guy, massive guy in Derek Lewis. So besides him just getting it, we didn't really see his ground game.
That's fair. I respect that. I'm definitely excited to see what the future holds for Overeem. Like I said, I was thrilled that he got that victory the other night. And I would like to see him make a run for this title. I honestly think he has all the tools to beat Stipe. That's just my opinion. I think that he could easily beat Stipe if he doesn't act fucking stupid and doesn't go for guillotines that aren't there. I think that if he can somehow manage to get past this top 5, rooting for COVID, if all these guys get COVID and they all just can't compete and he gets number 1 contendership by default, I'm okay with that. Because I think he gets past Stipe. I think he gets to be the most decorated kickboxer of all time. And honestly, Overeem, if you're listening, I say take as many steroids as you can if you get that number 1 contendership. Go ahead and piss lasers. I don't give a shit. I hope that he gets that number 1 contendership and juices to the fucking max to the point where he is a human juggernaut and can run through brick fucking walls. I don't care. As long as he gets the W, I don't give a shit if they strip him of the title, boot him out of the UFC, and ban him from all contact sports worldwide. I don't give a shit. He'll still go down in history as the most decorated kickboxer of all time. And isn't that what we all want, folks? Yes. Yes, it is. All right. Well, yeah, that was my little standing on my soapbox and praising the work of Reem. But tonight, episode 12, H8L presents Fist Fights and Fried Rice. We're talking about getting them hands. We're talking about the sweet science of getting that ass whooped. We're talking boxing. So, gentlemen, I gotta ask. I'm just gonna go right into it. Shannon Briggs just signed the contract for bare knuckle fighting championships. Who in the fuck told him that was a good idea? Because he's gonna legally murder everybody. I'm calling it now. If that man does not end up getting the BKFC championship, I will be amazed.
I'm trying to figure out who's gonna fight him.
Oh, some crackhead?
No.
Some crackhead who hates his life and is behind on some alimony payments? That's the only thing I can think of.
For brain damage? No, I'm good.
Fuck brain damage. He's gonna murder someone. He's gonna punch their brain out of their fucking skull. I mean, this man was...
Anybody see him on Rogan? Like the size of his hands? I'm like, oh my god.
Fucking ridiculous.
Do you remember what the mountain did to the viper? It's going to be like that. It's gonna be just like that, only not on the ground. It'll be standing up. Okay, so I don't know if anyone who's old enough to remember the stand-up comedian Gallagher.
Of course.
Yeah. Mallet on a watermelon. That's what it's going to look like. gonna be fucking terrifying. He should just fight like an actual gorilla, just like a lowland gorilla, and I feel like it's kind of an even fight.
That man is absolutely frightening. That, you know what? As big as a Tyson fan as I am, I was always thankful those two never crossed paths.
For sure. Dude, yeah, who the fuck wants to fight Shannon Briggs? Especially if you're a champion. Like, he's so fucking dangerous. It's like the worst bet you could possibly make because, you know, he's got what, a fairly spotty record, but if he hits you, you know, your life gets changed, and there's really nothing to gain from beating him in, you know, in traditional boxing, but you have everything to lose stepping in the ring with him.
He only lost to Klitschko, he lost to Lennox Lewis, lost to Jamel McCline, which is crazy.
Oh, what's that dude's name? There was another one. That's where there was one where he lost his WBO title. I want to say he lost it against I can never pronounce the guy's name, like Ibragimov or something like that.
Yeah, like a Russian.
Yeah, like a Russian dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he has some like, and plus he holds the record for most first round KOs. Like he has it. Yeah.
That, like, it's absolutely frightening. 37, I want to say it's like 37 to 38 first round knockouts.
I kind of would like to see him in Wilder.
He would kill Wilder. He would kill him. Absolutely kill him.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Like everyone's talking about, you know, Wilder's the hardest puncher that we've seen. Maybe, but Shannon Briggs exists.
Exactly.
And yeah, like, I would actually love to see, because each of them are looking for the same thing. Like, I think that would be a really fun, you know, 68-second fight.
This dude's got 60 wins and 53 of them are by knockout. What in the fuck? What? You couldn't even hand me that contract, even for a joke. So I couldn't. I mean, and that's with gloves on. I could not imagine fighting this guy with no gloves. I don't see the benefit anywhere. Anywhere he hits you, he kills you.
Didn't Godbeer just sign with BKFC?
Yep. There it is. I would like to know.
That's got to be the only guy who's.
How did Valor fuck that up? Like, I for the life of me, I can't figure out. Valor exploded onto the scene, put on a great show. Everyone loved their fucking inaugural event. Couldn't go wrong. We had nothing but praise for it on this show. We hyped the fuck out of Godbeer on the show. Somehow, between the show and recently, Valor lost their only fighter, as far as I'm concerned, that was going to make any waves, and they lost him to BKFC. In my opinion, Valor fucked up. Huge win for fucking BKFC.
For sure.
Huge fucking win. Now you got a guy like Shannon Briggs, and then you got a guy like Godbeer. Both of these guys, knockout artists. Both of these guys had hard times finding, fights in their respective sports. Both of these guys got high percentages of knockout to win ratios. Man, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm BKFC, that's the only fight I'm signing for Shannon Briggs.
That might be the only person who will take that fight.
Yeah, I don't know of anyone else that's fucking crazy enough.
I don't see nobody hearing anybody chomping at the bits to fight Shannon Briggs.
Shit, no.
Like, that guy is a fucking... Like, he's a scary man. I mean, the stuff that he puts out on Instagram, those like inspirational at the same time, but just him looking at him hitting the bag, like, I was just like Jesus Christ, like, who's gonna fight this man? Like, besides the other guy you just mentioned, I don't see nobody. He might sign to the organization and not fight because nobody wants to fight him.
Just bail.
Let's go, champ. Let's go,
exactly. I want to see him fight, like, but I don't see nobody else. Just yeah, I'll fight Shannon Briggs. Like, you got to pay that guy a lot of money too, because it is Shannon Briggs.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it, man. BKFC. All the hype that I originally had for Valor, I got to toss it BKFC's way. They're doing everything right now. Out of all the bare knuckle boxing gigs, they're the ones constantly putting on events. They're the ones constantly putting on shows, and they're signing everybody. What's up, Lobo?
What's up?
Nice of you to join us, man. How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
I'm living the dream, man. And we were just talking about Shannon Briggs signing over to BKFC. And you remember Mark Godbeer from Valor?
Hell yeah.
BKFC just fucking signed him.
So I'm guessing Valor is pretty much dead right now.
Damn. I mean, wow. That's a, you know what? That's a, wow. That's a fair fucking assessment.
Well, Mark Godbeer is their champion, and he's annihilated everybody in his way. They haven't put on a show in months, and now he's with another promotion.
Follow
it is hard to argue
Mike Richmond on Instagram, and he said he had a fight like in 2 months, and he fights with Valor, so
okay,
coming back.
All right, so we got to talk about the the big event that we're all waiting for. At least I'm waiting for it. I can't really speak for everybody else. I don't care if it's exhibition or not. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones.
I knew it was going there.
For me, it's a dream matchup. I'm a fan of both fighters. I have followed Roy Jones' career for as far back as I can remember. I followed Tyson's career as far back as I can remember. I still say he didn't do it. Fuck you, Robin Givens. There, I put it out there. I don't care. That man is innocent.
That was kind of the prevailing, win after everything came out, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go on record and say Robin Givens ruined his life. Robin Givens fucked the whole game up for everybody. Fuck you, Robin Givens.
She did. But he needed that, though.
She wasn't that fun.
I mean, he needed something. He needed something.
I don't think he needed to go to jail.
He needed to go to jail, but he needed something to slow him down.
I mean, I admit he needed to slow down.
It wasn't just her, though, either. It was Don King also. He had to get away from Don King.
Don King needed to go to jail.
Yeah.
Again.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, Don King's a piece of shit. I'm sorry, man, but I don't care if this is exhibition. I see this fight just flying off the fucking. I see it flying off the rails, man.
This is a real fight. This is like they label it exhibition. Nah, this gonna turn into like a legit fight. You got two people at one point dominated different eras of boxing. Yes, I guess they're old, but from what I'm seeing, with anybody seeing with the past couple months, with Tyson just hitting the pads, I know people say people hit pads good, but actually gonna fight, you might not be the same. But I don't know, man. I can't wait for this fight. Maybe like the 16, 15-year-old me is actually rooting more for Mike Tyson, but I don't know.
Who else would you root for?
I mean, Roy Jones was big too. I was a big Roy Jones fan back in the day too.
I'm sorry, Justice. Hang on. What was that? Was that a
Not now. See, not now. No. We talk about
What do you mean, sir?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I am fucking confused. What do you mean? At one time, dude, how many divisions did Roy Jones run through?
What age was that?
Shut up. So how many divisions did he run through?
We talking about the Roy Jones who could play basketball before a fight? That Roy Jones? The Roy Jones who could tap the back of his shoe and then knock a guy out with the same hand?
I mean...
Yeah, that guy is gone.
Okay. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit he probably doesn't have the same movement, the same reaction time as he did back then. I mean, we all get old, but I mean, them hands though.
Okay.
As big as a Mike Tyson fan as I am, you can't sit there and say that Mike Tyson, just as a boxer, I'm not even talking about knockout artists, just in terms of boxing, that Iron Mike is a better boxer than Roy Jones.
Okay. That's questionable. Reason being,
what the?
Wait.
Oh my God!
Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish.
You must be doing this for likes.
If you ask like old school boxing trainers, like Roy Jones breaks all the rules, right? Break most of the rules to the point where they become the rule. He can do that. He can throw 3 left hooks to the body and then go up to the head. He can do that. Like just
like it's nobody's business. Yeah.
Right. But that got him in some trouble. When his reaction time went those movements that is not there no more.
Okay. Wow.
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm a big Roy fan. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, like, you know, even when that last fight when he fought that the MMA guy, his movement was. You can tell that he hadn't been in the ring in a while, and you can tell that his movement, his reaction time wasn't there. So a lot of his fundamentals wasn't there either. Like the footwork, like he wasn't moving. He was kind of flat footed, and it was an MMA guy, and he probably knew he was gonna knock him out. But still, he shouldn't have got hit with as many shots as he did. When you got Iron Mike Tyson, I'm gonna eat your children.
I'm gonna fuck you until you love me.
Yep. And he's doing that. He's going side to side, and he's coming at you. He start throwing left hook, right hook, and he's up under you. Bobbing and weaving. You gonna need that movement, exhibition or no exhibition. He's gonna be in your chest, and he's gonna be throwing haymakers. And I'm just saying, I like Roy, but styles make fights.
I think once Mike Tyson gets that head movement going, and once he starts working the inside and attacking the body, and then going upstairs with the overhands and uppercuts and hooks, I think that if Jones is foolish enough to allow Mike Tyson to get close, it's over. But I think Tyson's going to have a hard time getting past the hands of Jones.
A 31-year-old Jones, yes. A 47-year-old Jones, no.
I mean, I think it's like 50 or 51 right now. But.
Yeah, oh yeah. I just don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Again, maybe I'm just biased because I'm thinking of 30-something-year-old Jones, the way he used to hop, step, and stare off at the crowd and talk to the ring girl and box the shit out of you with one hand and fucking moonwalk his way to a victory. I just think that Tyson, looking at his body of work, has never done well against guys who are very proficient with both hands, to say the least. Am I wrong in that assessment?
No, not at all.
And granted, yeah, Roy Jones is 51 years old. I admit that. But let's call it what it is. This isn't going to be a 12-round anything. I think, what was it, like 3 rounds or some bullshit?
I think it's like 8, yeah.
Oh, 8? Okay. Damn, I fucked that up.
Rounds?
I see it, earlier on, I see it benefiting Jones more so than Tyson. And don't get me wrong, looking at the videos of him hitting pads is frightening. It's showing glimpses and signs of the old Tyson for 20 seconds. And that is a great 20-something second clip. And it's wonderful. And it's frightening. And it really shows he's still got it for 20 seconds. That's amazing. But he's not getting boxed up in that clip. He's not having to slip punches, move, and so forth. Tyson's style is dependent upon you overcommitting to a punch and him countering you. Or him walking you down and you just missing as you're trying to hit him. Not too many guys, in my opinion, against Jones utilized that same strategy and it paid off for him. Now, yeah, you can say Glenn Johnson, Antonio Tarver, go fuck yourself. Those are all flukes. Anyway, I just don't see where Tyson outboxes Jones. I just don't. Even in this exhibition, I just don't see it.
I agree with you because there was one guy he fought who likes to fight on the inside. Is probably one of the best boxers of all time, and that was James Toney.
Mm-hmm.
And he killed James Toney.
Murdered him. So, like I said, as big as a fan of Tyson as I am, when I heard he was coming back for an exhibition match, I was hoping I was hoping it wasn't going to be anyone named Shannon Briggs, because that would have been the death of Tyson. But when I heard Roy Jones, I was like, to take the line out of Roy Jones' horrible rap song, you must have forgot. Roy Jones is a fucking beast, an absolute beast. I think people forget the fact that this dude has held championships in 4 different weight classes: middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, and I believe heavyweight. That is fucking amazing. But if you look at the body of work between Tyson and Roy Jones, Jones has been more active. And I think him being active is going to play a huge factor in this exhibition.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that.
I'm with you too, Bobby. I agree.
I mean, let's call it what it is. The last time he stepped into the ring for like an actual competitive fight was 2005.
That's 15 years ago.
I'm gonna agree with you.
And he lost. He was 38 years old.
He is training with Rafael Cordero, which is I'm kind of interested to see how that how his style translate into boxing. I'm not gonna stand behind it 100%, but I am interested to see what Tyson will be like with Cordero's style of coaching and not an actual boxing coach.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I just have a hard time letting go of the fact of this dude hasn't fought since 2005, and when he did fight, it was a loss to Kevin McBride. Not taking anything away from Kevin McBride, that's a lot of time to go by having not been active, having not. Now, I'm not saying that Tyson can't win this. Let me clear the air on that now. If Tyson hits you, he's probably gonna kill you.
To me, it's just a tough one. For me, it's hard because those are like one of my two favorite boxers of all time. It's kind of hard to bet against Tyson. And yeah, you're right. You only see like a 20-second clip. I mean, we don't really know. Maybe he's getting his road work in. Maybe he's sparring some rounds with some elite guys.
MMA guys.
I mean, let's call it what it is. Who are you bringing in to spar Tyson? If you're Rafael Cordero, who are you calling to put in rounds with Mike Tyson?
Evan Gastelum.
I'm picturing, fucking Ricky Bobby laying in bed or whatever, getting that phone call. Hey, Ricky, we got somebody we want you to go some rounds with. He's a heavyweight. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, he's got an exhibition fight coming up. Okay. X amount of rounds. Okay. Get showered up. All right, cool. Get off the phone, take a shower, grab your shit, drive your way down to the gym. You're thinking, it's just another day in the office. I'm just going to wrap my hands. I'm going to warm up. You walk through the door. You see your coach just standing there looking at you. What's up, Hoff? Hey, what's up, Ricky Bobby? Ricky, why don't you introduce somebody? The former heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Iron Mike Tyson. Now, at that point, you got two options. You could stand there like a man, look Iron Mike in the face, tell him how, what an honor it is to meet him, and you look forward to working with him. Deep down inside, your balls are packing up and getting ready to leave, and you feel your soul exiting your body through your asshole. And then you put on that fake smile and you walk to the back and you get prepared, knowing that you're about to get fucked up. Or option two, what I like to call the Taz approach. Shake his hand, and then immediately grab the back of your hamstring and fall down because you just pulled a hammy. Ah, my hammy! My hammy! And then hope that somebody else drags you off to the side and takes your place. Some might call that a bitch move. I call that survival. The thought.
Have you done that before?
Bro, no, but man, if I walk into the fucking gym and I see Iron Mike Tyson fucking standing there, better yet, what if you had just watched that 20-second clip the night before? And you're like, man, I feel sorry for whoever goes in there with that motherfucker. And then you get the phone call.
Yeah, that's tough.
What's your prediction of the fight, then? Prediction?
You've seen him, you know how strong he is. You know what everybody says? Suicide! You can't win! You can't win!
That would be the sounds that would be echoing through my head as I'm trying to do the cool man strut to the back so it doesn't look like I'm scared, but all I'm hearing is the sounds of Adrian. It's suicide. You can't win. You can't win.
Just turn into your buddy next to you. Hey man, can I borrow your shorts that are shit in mine?
Yeah. They'd be like, where'd Taz go? Just follow the trail of shit. He's in the shower crying right now. Because he knows he should have ran home. Man, I'm so excited for this exhibition match, but at the same time, I'm like deathly worried. Because I'm never a fan of seeing practically senior citizens fighting each other. but it is two gladiators that I grew up watching, so I'm fucking thrilled for it. But I am hoping this is a one and done. I'm hoping neither one of them.
Absolutely.
Especially Tyson. Bro, you got a good thing going on. And Mike Tyson, if you're listening, I like your Mike Tyson mysteries, man. I really enjoy the shit out of that cartoon. I've watched every episode. Ben's watched it on Hulu.
It is a great show.
It's fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. I need him focusing on shit like that. You know, I enjoy the clips of him, you know, showing people, you know, the peekaboo style, and it's like, damn, he still got it. Man, look at the way he does this and does that. That's what I need you doing. I need you to get out on the seminar circuit and do that shit. All right, we're going to take a 2-second break, and when we come back, Mr. Deku is going to let us know what we are eating.
I want to tease him!
Man, can't get tired of the intro. I'm probably gonna say it every episode. But yeah, what we're eating today. My homegirl, she just found out recently that she has her own catering business. It's called Lily's.
I'm sorry, did you say your homegirl just found out she has her own catering business?
Yeah, I literally just found this out like last week.
Oh, you found this out.
Oh, okay, I thought you said she found it out. I was like, man,
no,
she didn't know this?
I just found out. I mean, I've known her for years, and for some reason, it has never, came up. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so her name of business is Lily. She does delivery, just strictly delivery. And I tried her buffalo chicken wings mixed with lemon pepper and garlic parmesan. Man, so good. So good. Like I will say this, like from now on, for my cheat days, I'm probably gonna hit her up because the food is delicious. She has a very wide range of foods, from cabbage to green beans, wings, of course. She has banana pudding. It's weird. I don't like banana pudding, but people say her banana pudding is delicious to die for. Again, her name business called Lily's, and the name of the owner is Miss Alicia Rutland.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, man.
And
thanks a lot.
That's what we're eating.
That's what's up. I appreciate that. UTBABYA, I'm getting ready to put you on the spot, sir. No prep time, no warning, no nothing. I'm going to ask you a shit's legit or a legitimate shit question.
Okay.
Solely
I'm ready.
Solely based off of striking, the peekaboo style, utilized by Iron Mike Tyson and Floyd Patterson. How would that do against today's heavyweights, we'll say, such as Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder?
You right? JC Penny. Okinawa built me no need rope, hold up pants.
I think it is probably one of the only ways that you could successfully, as a shorter man, fight Deontay Wilder.
Ooh, okay.
We already saw Tyson Fury showed that, and again, something that we've known about power fighters that tend to come forward, not so great at fighting off their back feet, getting up in there, getting your head in their chest, and then bobbing around, keeping them on the back foot, keeping them guessing, I think is probably would probably be one of the most effective ways to fight, especially a guy like Wilder. Fury is kind of his own thing. Yeah, I mean, he'll adapt either way, but again, for a much smaller guy, for like as far as like stature and reach, yeah, I actually think that would probably be one of your better bets. So yeah, I actually do think that peekaboo style could be very effective as today's heavyweights.
I got to agree, man. I'm actually surprised you don't see more heavyweights utilizing the peekaboo style.
Yeah, but who's going to teach it though? Who's going to coach it? That's what I was about to say.
Teddy Atlas.
It's kind of it's the lost art, right?
Yeah, I mean, you talking about the Teddy Atlas, the rest in peace Emmanuel Stewart, Nazim Muhammad passed a couple weeks back. Rest in peace to him as well. We talking about the old school guys. Yeah, they're in that like 60s, 70s, and 80s.
But I do think that has a lot to do with like the scaling up of the bodies in the sport now. Like, because I think as you see, kind of less guys who seem to be competitive at that level of smaller stature like that. I think it just kind of like one of those sort of snowballing problems where there's not that many, by the 2000s, there's not that many shorter guys, not a demand for trainers to teach those kind of strategies and techniques. And then those trainers are kind of fall by the wayside, and then there's no one coming up through the ranks because there's no one to teach them. Okay. Or, those names are at least forgotten. So I think it's kind of one of those self-fulfilling, like feedback loops. But, all it takes is one.
Facts.
One good one to come back, and the cycle will start again.
That's what's up, man.
Don't you do you think, besides what you guys said, not really people teach it, don't you think it's like a really very, on the body, very like taxing style to have?
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Why it's generally compact. You got to be a pretty compact guy because you have to have enough muscle to support the acceleration to change. You're being agile violently, and that's super hard on the joints if you don't have enough muscle mass to support it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, cause like what some people like people like me, like at first I thought, cause I'm kind of learning that style right now, and it's like until I started working out with Taz was teaching me here and there, I was like, yo, this style is like really hard to learn. It's hard on the legs. It's hard everywhere, but mostly in your thighs and your calves. I was like, oh my gosh, and it's really taxing now, because like I'll do workouts here at the house, like work out myself like 2-3 days out of the week, and I'll be strictly just working that style. After each workout, I'm dead tired, like, and I think that's maybe why it's not really taught, because it's very taxing on the body.
Oh, it's definitely taxing, and you got to have the right, not only the right physicality for it, but you got to have the right mindset for that. And that was something that definitely set Tyson and Floyd Patterson apart. It takes a certain kind of man with testicular fortitude to sit there and do that kind of style for 12 fucking rounds and never give up on it. Just constantly using it to make your way to the inside, getting those shots in, getting those uppercuts and overhands and hooks in. Man, that shit is taxing to be able to strike and evade damn near at the exact same time. To be able to drop levels in a moment's notice, it's taxing, especially on the knees. I couldn't agree more. Well, UTBABYA, I appreciate you letting us know. Peekaboo style. If shit's legit or legitimately shit. And by the sound of it, sounds like you say Peekaboo style is definitely a legit shit. Lobo! I got to put you on the spot, sir. No prep time, no warning, no ability to look up anything. I'm just going to put you right on the spot after this soundbite. I want you to tell us from your own feelings and views, Shannon the Cannon Briggs or Iron Mike Tyson, in terms of separating motherfuckers from consciousness. Who, in your opinion, do you think is the better knockout artist?
You want to do the man dance? First dance is yours. I'm going to whip you silly, and I'm going to fuck you stupid.
One thought he was invincible to fly. So? Both wrong.
In your opinion, Lobo, who is the better knockout artist? Shannon Briggs, Mike Tyson?
Are we talking consistently over their entire career?
Oh, well played, sir. Well, since the floor is yours, you let us know. This is your opinion. And realize if you give the wrong answer, I'm just going to shit on you. Man.
Over early days, Mike Tyson versus Shannon Briggs. I'm going to say Mike Tyson definitely early on.
Anybody agree or disagree?
I agree with that part he said, like, early on in his career, more Mike Tyson than Shannon Briggs. But I agree with that part.
Okay. Justice?
Let's go, champ. Gotta go with it. The Brownsville Yeti.
Jesus.
I mean,
Jesus.
Briggs, man, I gotta go with Briggs. Briggs been a beast, man. And he's always been scary to me because of those crazy dreads he had. Like, I was always just scared of him when I was younger, just watching him fight. When he was knocking dudes out, it was just like, yeah, he's killing people.
Okay.
I mean, both of them are fucking terrifying.
Facts.
They are, yeah, they are. But yeah, gotta go with Let's Go Champ.
Okay.
My opinion, Let's Go Champ.
Okay, UTBABYA. Who's the better knockout artist?
I will go with Early Tyson because you can actually see him using the proper footwork to put him in position for the brutal, like, final shots that he throws. Like some of those fights in his early career, they look cartoonish the way guys go down. So that to me says that there's a level of power there that I think is even underestimated by most people. So I'm gonna go with Tyson just because I think I don't think we actually know how hard he could hit back in his prime.
That's a real good point.
A lot of early Tyson fights look unfair.
That's fair.
I mean,
all right, Deku, Briggs or Tyson, better KO artist.
I'm gonna go with Tyson, man, because like he would, like everyone pretty much said, like he would hit you. The way you would fall was just frightening, Like it was just, and the way he would do it, he would just be so evil. Like I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it, man. Because
like when I think about this topic in regards to who is the better KO artist of Briggs or Tyson, by the numbers, I gotta go Briggs just off the number of KOs versus like Tyson. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Tyson on I want to say on record he had like 44 or 45 wins by just fucking knockout. And then you look at, Shannon Briggs, this dude is got freaking, 53 KOs or 53 knockouts. But it was something about the mystique of Tyson. On paper, like I said, you look at the numbers, Shannon Briggs has had more fights, he's had more knockouts. But something about the way Tyson would fucking hit you just seemed inhuman. Like, I think of a lot of, Shannon Briggs knockouts and, okay, cool. Dudes would get hit and they'd fall down and fucking die. Tyson, it was like he would punch your fucking soul out of your body.
I was actually about to say that.
Like, it's like he would hit you into the next fucking galaxy. The shit was fucking insane. And I think UTBABYA said it best. There was just no way of knowing just how hard this dude hit you. And I think the difference between, like, Shannon Briggs and Mike Tyson in terms of knockouts, Briggs, I always thought Briggs was a better boxer. Briggs knew how to put, more tools together in terms, or I should say he knew how to put the hands together better than Tyson did in terms of combination work and level changes and so forth. But Tyson could hit you with one hook and make you question your entire fucking life. Hit you with one uppercut and make you look brand new to the fucking game. It's insane. Absolutely insane. So in terms, at least in my opinion, and I have to agree with the majority here, in terms of the better KO artist, Shannon Briggs or Mike Tyson, Iron Mike all the way. Granted, Shannon Briggs had more by number, had more fights than Tyson. Tyson had that mystique, and that was something that Briggs never had. With Briggs, what you saw is what you got. This is a dude who's going to talk shit to you, he's going to box you up, and he's going to fucking kill you. Before Mike Tyson had ever opened his mouth to speak, this dude just looked like a fucking uncaged animal. And I think even till this day, he still has that mystique about him. But everybody still remembers them highlight reel knockouts. In terms of the better KO artist, my vote's for Tyson as well.
Mike Tyson's body is just an avatar or a demon of combat. And in the early days,
somebody's been watching Baki the Grappler.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is what he is. Like, demon of punching people's souls out of their body interfaces with our world. That's That's what I think of when I think of Mike Tyson.
So Mike Tyson is the Cthulhu of the sweet science?
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like the best way to summarize not only the cultural impact of Mike Tyson, but just the overall presence that this man brings to not only boxing, to the sport of boxing, to the craft of boxing. Whether you are a fan of boxing or not, whether you've ever put on gloves or not, whether you've ever been to a boxing gym, stepped foot in a boxing ring, or have even watched boxing on television, if you, at any point in your life, we'll say, from the 1980s until now, not only have you heard the name Mike Tyson, not only have you seen the face tattoo of Mike Tyson, but most importantly, he etched himself into world-renowned recognition by one simple phrase that I'm going to say, and it will all make sense. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Oh
shit!
I don't
gave me so much anxiety.
I don't give a fuck if you don't follow the sport of boxing at all. If you had a Nintendo at any point in time in your life, you knew of that game. Whether you ever played it, whether you ever owned it, you knew of it. When Nintendo released Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, that became the quintessential fucking sports game to have if you had a Nintendo. Fuck Tecmo Bowl, fuck all that other shit. Mike Tyson's fucking Punch-Out. Till this day, still gives people trouble.
I've never beat Mike Tyson.
Nor have I.
I beat him once.
Lies.
I beat him once.
You had a fucking
that
game
was me
genie
and
or
my
some
brother.
shit.
We were just going all night, just taking turns trying to beat him. And
it took me years to get.
Even talking about this right now is kind of giving me anxiety a little bit right now. Like, you don't know how bad. Like, oh boy.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out ended fucking relationships. It broke friendships. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out made fucking kids fail tests at school. It caused fights at school. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out would make you feel like you had no business playing a fucking game ever. If you made it to Mike Tyson, you thought you were doing shit. And then Mike Tyson would do that shit where he just rears back, hits you with that fucking uppercut. Little Mac is dead.
It's like you couldn't even block it, man. Like, oh my goodness! Like, y'all guys don't understand. I'm getting a little anxiety right now.
Yeah, because when you would dodge to the right, he would uppercut you to the right.
Yep.
You go to the left, he would uppercut you. Yeah.
That game right there made motherfuckers just lose their mind. And as far as I'm concerned, and I know a lot of people will disagree with this, but in terms of a boxing game, there has been no other game to generate the kind of not only publicity, but the type of memories that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out brought to people. All the fucking, even the George Foreman KO or the Ready to Rumble boxing or the EA Sports boxing shit, none of those ever held a candle to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Justice, if you could, sir, how would you describe the current state of boxing today?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's actually doing really well. I mean, aside from, people like, Eddie Hearn and DAZN with that BS, and De La Hoya talking about, coming back instead of giving his fighters fights, it's actually doing pretty good.
Nobody wants to see De La Hoya return. Nobody. I have to agree with you. I think that boxing is in the best state that it's been in for years. Now when people talk about boxing, they can actually name off people other than Mike Tyson or George Foreman or Roy Jones.
Or Floyd Mayweather.
One name that's getting a lot of buzz and a lot of press because he's the future of the sport and he's going to single-handedly carry his division on his back. That'd be Mr. Errol Spence. I feel like you disagree, sir.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Errol Spence. He is. I mean, he's the guy.
Oh, he is.
He's the guy.
He is.
Until he fights Terrence Crawford.
He is gonna fucking destroy Crawford, man.
Okay, and then y'all gonna wake up and you're gonna see that scorecard, and it's gonna say unanimous decision.
No.
Terrence Crawford.
No.
Yeah.
Where does he beat Spence? Where does he beat him anywhere? Anywhere. You're
boxes him. What? Terrence Crawford, switch hitter.
Bro.
He can. I mean, he ain't just a boxer. He can box slick, but he can fight. He cares nothing about fight. He's a dog. He will get in there and bang it out. He cares nothing. You hit him hard, he's gonna try to hit you harder. Crawford is that type of fighter. He's that type of boxer.
So you're just gonna pretend like he didn't put on you're gonna pretend like he didn't put on a boxing clinic on Shawn Porter?
Who? Errol Spence?
Yeah.
Right. So let's be okay.
Shawn Porter got a front row seat to an instructional video on how to box.
That fight was closer than what people think it was.
Man, come on, bro.
It's the truth. The truth is the truth. Errol Spence is the truth, but I'm just saying that fight was a lot closer than people thought.
It was not, sir.
It was. If it wasn't for the knockdown, the score is different.
The fuck it was. Okay. You know what? Because we are friends and I like you, I'm only gonna ring the bell once. Errol Spence is absolutely gonna box fucking circles around your dude.
And what? Man, you are tripping.
You're fucking tripping. Bro, fuck Crawford. I mean,
the guy that no one wants to fight.
Spence will fight him.
Spence, yeah, he would, but they're not going to make the fight because they want the money.
He'll gladly fight him. He'll gladly fight him.
No, they need to build up. They need to build up so they can cross promote. See, now here's my issue with boxing. My issue with boxing is you got Top Rank, you got EBC, you got Golden Boy, you got all these different promotions, and sometimes you got some politics when it comes to fighters fighting each other. The fights can be made, but it's just a matter of money. Crawford, Spence, that is the fight to make. But it won't happen for another year and a half at least.
This is where I will give Crawford his credit. His hands are ridiculously fast. He has got brutal punching power. His counter punching is almost second to none. He can comfortably switch hit between orthodox and southpaw. Then there's Spence.
I mean, Spence, I like both of them. Both of them. I'm being honest. I'm just gonna be that guy tonight. I mean, I like Crawford in that fight. I'm just gonna be honest. I know a lot of people say it could go either way. I like Crawford in that fight. I mean, nobody wants to fight those guys. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody's trying to fight. I mean, even you got Pacquiao.
Nobody wants to fight Spence. I feel like people would step up for Crawford, but they'd second guess it for Spence.
Who?
Yeah, I can't think of any names, but I just want to be right.
Yeah.
All right, but I respect that little back and forth, and just to throw salt in the wound. Anybody not named Taz who disagree with me can come see me. I don't give a fuck if you want some nut shit or not. So Lobo, you feel like stepping up to the plate and trying to synopsize this wonderful movie known as Gladiator? Feel like you're ready?
No.
You suck.
Yeah, synopsize the movie.
Man, I've been watching My Little Pony and True Granny Apples and all kind of shit.
On purpose?
No, what you? Okay, see, you ain't got no kids.
Oh, because of the kid. Okay, see, I missed that. See, all I heard was I've been watching My Little Pony and Granny Apples. I was like, oh, that's what we doing? Okay, that's the hot shit now. That's what the kids are into. Okay.
Look, I've been swimming and everything all day.
I knew
today.
what you meant, Justice. I knew what you meant.
I'm glad you did.
This magnificent does sound like a My Little Pony.
I was real confused. I'm glad somebody knew that. Okay, well, with that being said,
And now, our feature presentation.
You have a gift, Mr. Riley.
You are a natural kid.
The power's still around.
You the boy I've been waiting for. I'm my own man, Mr. Horn.
Hey, hombre, you got some hammer, huh?
Anywhere you go, people will say, Champ, we love you. Champ, we are with you. Get him.
It's illegal, Tommy.
What goes on in that ring is a human cockfight.
1, 2, 3. You baptized now.
I'm talking $2 million in your pocket.
Be honest about it. You want the money, right?
What do you want, Tommy?
We're in this together. This is my ticket. I ain't gonna fight you.
You run out on this, you better keep on running. You fight when I say. You fight against who I say.
He wants you to kill each other.
It's time to make a choice.
It's either you or him. Hey, we got a fighter. He don't pay.
You don't say no to me, boy.
Cuba Gooding Jr., star of Boys in the Hood. Carabuono. John Seda. Introducing James Marshall.
You see, Tommy, you're the boy I've been looking for.
Gladiator. Nobody owns Tommy Riley. Nobody.
I will survive.
wow, you gotta love that music.
That was way more exciting than the whole movie.
So Lobo, be it so kind, sir, as to synopsize 1992's Gladiator.
So the basic story of this movie is our main character, Tommy Riley, gets forced into poverty because of his gambling addict dad and has to fight to pay off his debts.
Oh, Lobo, what are your thoughts on this movie, sir?
Considering the films we've watched in the past on here, this is the closest to the best movie that I've been a part of, at least.
All right, we're going in the right direction. Okay, all right. I like where this is going. UTBABYA, how about yourself, sir?
I'm not gonna lie, I did not get a chance to take a look at this movie, but from the
you missed out, man.
Yeah, just from that trailer, I'd go ahead and guess that I made the right choice, and I'm happier having not spent the hour and a half watching it.
You were actually incorrect, sir. This movie is fucking good. You actually missed out on a good one. There was no little Billies getting raped. There were.
This is a competently made movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Cuba's in it?
Yeah, Cuba's in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's one of the best parts of.
Yeah, little underground street boxing. Got to see different styles of boxing. A little play between your modern standardized boxing versus that of like the old Queensberry Bridge boxing and the old bare knuckle style. Yeah, I like how they implemented a lot of things together. Justice, how'd you like this movie, sir?
Man, this is a classic, man. I mean, I don't know who didn't like this movie back in 1992.
Yeah,
it is really like one of those hidden gems. I mean, to be honest.
I got to agree with you, man. Oh, I have to ask. Deku, sir, how did you enjoy watching this movie, sir?
Shockingly, I actually like this movie. This is probably the second best movie.
You just made me drop my whole microphone.
I'm sorry?
You just made me drop my microphone. You shocked me.
This is like really. I've only seen this movie twice, counting last week. I saw it when I was younger. I thought it was a really dope movie. I saw it for the second time last week. I was like, oh, I remember this, and I remember I liked it. I was like, okay, all right, yeah, great movie for its time, and a good movie for now, for today's time too.
I am in complete shock right now.
No Hershey squirts. No doodle smells worse.
What?
No boo sickles. No doodle sickles. Nothing. This is legit. No fake news. No nothing. It's actually a good movie.
I don't even know what to say.
I
guess you should talk about the movie.
Would the real Deku please stand up?
What? Well, fuck. All right, yeah. You know what? I got to agree. For this movie to have come out in 1992, it still holds up pretty damn well today. The fight scenes are competently choreographed. The boxing is fucking legit. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. That old man won that fight at the end. I don't give a fuck. I'll argue that shit with anybody.
I thought it was only one.
That old man won that shit.
Well, you mean he didn't do when he got knocked out?
Bro.
That old man was putting on a fucking clinic with them two hands. As the kids would say today, that motherfucker would have gone viral. and dare I say it, Cuba Gooding Jr. had some moves.
Yeah,
Cuba Gooding Jr. looked like he, like he could really fuck somebody up.
Did you see him on the speed bag though,
bro? That shit was insane. That was absolutely fucking insane.
See that combo he hit Buddy with? I think it was like the first fight or something.
Dude, I was disappointed that Cuba wasn't the star of this movie.
Right.
Yeah, so they have some dude who's just like so boring.
Dude, that guy was, I don't even know what the fuck his name is, but that dude is the literal definition of fucking milquetoast. Could that dude have been any more fucking bland?
I was gonna say white bread. The only reason why he's even booked in the very first fight of this movie is because they need a white boy to go out there and fight Black Death.
Which was funny as fuck that they literally said that. Like, we need somebody white. There's one.
We need a cracker. He can throw a punch.
Normally I don't go first, but you know what? I'm going to have to. For me, this movie gets a full-on 5. Deku, your rating, sir?
I give it a 4.9.
Oh, shit. This is a historical moment. Lobo?
I'm going to agree with you and give it a 5.
Justice?
5 it is.
This is our first universal 5 since fucking Street Fighter.
It was a lot of good shit that came out in the 90s. It's just over the past majority of these episodes, the movies that you picked were absolute dog shit.
Okay.
But this wasn't dog shit. This is really good.
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
So now UTBABYA, now that you heard that this movie damn near got 5s all around the board, are you any a little bit more curious in regards to watching it?
Oh, so I actually pulled it up and kind of like went through to some of the fight scenes, and yeah, they're really good so far.
Right? For that to be a 90s movie, yeah. I was impressed. Like it's stylized boxing, but at the same time,
I saw a very believable body shot.
Exactly. Like, you can't tell me these dudes didn't get fucked up somewhat filming this fucking movie. I was impressed.
Level boxing in this movie.
Oh yeah, like whoever took the time to choreograph this shit genuinely did the sport of boxing proud.
Especially the old bare knuckle stuff at the end of the film.
I fucking love it. Let us keep in mind, in regards to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s performance, his acting ability, his fight, his fight scenes in this movie. Let us not forget, this is, like I said, going back to 1992, and this is long before all of the sexual misconduct allegations that are currently against him. Now, I'm not the kind of person or individual to ever say or ever accuse anyone of lying. That's not me. But honestly, Cuba Gooding Jr., really? Sexual misconduct, ... against a woman, underline. A woman?
Oh, are you making
a female?
More than a question?
There is a lot of reasonable doubt in regards to him and females. Is that the best way to put that, Justice?
Yeah, probably to quote Well, actually, you remember Riley from Boondocks? You remember his favorite line? Yeah.
You gay. Y'all niggas is gay.
Gay PSA, take one.
During this whole, Me Too movement, there were certain accusations that I was like completely shocked about. When I heard about, Bill Cosby, I was shocked. Completely shocked. When I heard about R. Kelly, wasn't shocked at all. That shit made perfect sense to me.
Okay, all right.
Perfect sense to me. Was not shocked in the slightest. Cats like Tevin Campbell, Cuba Gooding Jr., I'm not convinced that, especially the latter, that individual did anything inappropriate with a female, a woman.
Gay PSA, take one.
So the next time you say gay, to refer to something that's gay, don't, because...
Gay PSA, take two, and... action.
So the next time you say gay, to...
Cut! Take five.
So the next time you say gay, to refer to something gay, don't. It's not cool.
Cut!
I'm sorry.
Take 86.
So the next time you use gay, to refer to something gay, don't. It's not cool. It's offensive to fags.
Cut!
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
That was on TV.
Ain't that the goal?
Yeah, it was.
To get really big and get cut off?
Understood that was satire.
Damn.
Let us make it loud and clear. We did not record that. We did not. That is not the opinions or views of anyone on the show. That just happened to be a random soundbite that happened to be associated with Cuba Gooding Jr. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I thought it was Lobo I was talking. My bad.
Wow.
Fuck you.
I really thought that was Lobo. Because, he doesn't like women's self-defense. But, hey,
You're the one who got accused of hating women.
Hey, I mean,
wow.
Sometimes we did when we was younger, but I mean, but you said you don't like women's self-defense. I'm just saying.
So now that we've given this movie fives all around the board and have now that we've given this movie all fives and across the board, Justice, would you be so kind, sir, as to give us the technique of the day?
Improve your skills, son. Harden your body. Become the number one man. Do not ever let anyone beat you.
Alright, so tonight, since we gave the movie, such a high score, and it was full of, pretty good techniques, I'm going to do two, actually. And it's going to be from Horn and the Riley fight at the end. First technique is, where you step... no, actually, it wasn't with Horn. It was when Horn was fighting the big buff guy, and he knocked him out the ring. One of the dirty tricks that he used was when he stepped on the foot as he was moving back, and he hit him. Old school dirty trick. just old school. Like, you don't get any better than that. And obviously, the one where Riley is trying to throw a jab and a cross, and Horn just ducks his head, ducks his head, and Riley hits the top of the head and just break his hand. Like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna feel terrible. Yeah.
Well, since you're on such a roll, taking us back, back in the day, why don't you go ahead and take us back down memory lane while you're at it?
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
All right, we talked about boxing. So, even if you're not a big fan of boxing, or you trying to get into boxing, you want to learn more about boxing, a must-watch fight you have to see is Luis Castillo versus Diego Corrales. YouTube that fight immediately. You would never see a fight like that in your lifetime again, ever. I mean, we talking about a fight comparable to what Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonner did on The Ultimate Fighter. Go check that out.
That's actually a really good comparison. Damn, you know what?
Really good fight.
That was a real good comparison. We should make that a segment of the show sometimes. Comparison, maybe fight versus fight comparison. You know,
Yeah,
epic
like
fight
MMA
like an epic MMA fight versus like that of another fight.
Like boxing fight.
Yeah,
like it was like kind of a similar fight type deal.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Oh man, and dude, excellent recommendation because that fight was a fucking war between them.
Yeah, it was. Matter of fact, they fought twice. Twice, yeah. I mean, I don't know how many times they got knocked down each. Like they was like getting back up.
They don't make fights like that no more. Well, gentlemen, that was all I had for you guys this fucking evening. Once again, you guys contributed to a hell of a show. Once again, this is episode 12 of H8L Presents Fist Fights and Fried Rice. Getting them hands. The sweet science of whooping ass. I appreciate all of your time and all of your efforts and all your contributions to the show. Let's get the fuck out of here. Excellent fucking show, guys.
Yes.
To watch this.
So, gentlemen.
This guy has a leg lock over the table.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was...
X-Arm Rules, MMA, arm wrestling. So, you know, of course, the movie that we will be reviewing to accompany such a unique and different, I guess you can call it a different combat-related experience.
Are we doing Over the Top?
You guessed it. Over the Top. Yeah. The only
Over
arm wrestling movie that I can fucking think of.
Man, I remember that movie like it was... I don't even have to watch that movie. That movie's in my head.
1987, Sylvester Stallone's Over the Top.
The way he would change his grip and cock his hand to the side, I remember that. I'm telling you, man.
Bro, I remember the tagline of that fucking movie because I used to see that movie and have to rent that movie to people every weekend. Some fight for money, some fight for glory. He's fighting for his son's love.
Never seen it. Looking forward to it. Hope it's good.
Hawkins' son. Truck.
Yep.
It makes arm wrestling look exciting.
Yep.
Oh, man, I'm old. I am old.
Oh, man. I am fucking jazzed up and excited for next week's episode. Be sure to listen, like, share, and subscribe for all the latest episodes, news, and updates. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at fistfights.friedricepodcast or at h8l.muay thai. On Twitter, follow us at h8l_fight talk.